Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time it is for you. I'm Cyclone, and welcome to more Let's Play Train Simulator Classic. So we are looking at the 466 networker on the London-Faversham high-speed route. This is the last train we need to introduce on this route, and then these trains will be something we're going to see in the future on workshop scenarios and anything else that I do on this route. But like I said, because we have a merged route that uses this, I'm probably going to use that merged route so we have the much bigger map to work with as well. And it also depends on performance setup. If I can't find the performance is actually bad on the merged route, I'm going to probably go back to using this basic route. But otherwise, this route will be complete. Now, there are some JXA scenarios on my list using the Class 33, Class 37, and Class 47 respectively. I have to check whether I have all the things I need to run those scenarios, but I might move those to the merged route as well. We'll see. I haven't decided. I may move those to the merged route and just play them there because why not? There's no reason not to, so I may just do that. No reason yet anyway. But for right now, the only scenario on this standard tab, which is where I am right now, is the training introduction to the 466. Then we have two career scenarios over on the career tab that we're going to head back to and play over there. I'm going to play one of those today following this scenario because this is only a 15-minute training, which means we're going to be done in about 5 minutes. Just, train. Why not? It works that way. Unless we have to make a couple passenger stops that are far apart. Otherwise, we'll see. We'll see what happens. In any case, the Sheerness Branch DLC actually adds the scenery to the Sheerness Branch. The branch is already there when you actually get the Faversham route. However, the scenery is only added with this extension, which also adds the Class 466, which gives you a little more reason to look into getting that extension in the first place. Or you can ignore the 2012 version of the route that we're looking at, and you can just go ahead and buy the Dover-Ramsgate one, which has all the scenery already included. There is that option as well. You get the Cham main line with that too. Lots of stuff with that one. You take your pick. If you want to look at the 2012 version of the route, this is it. Play this as well. They are two completely different routes, and they are used in different merges for different results. So, yeah, there's nothing wrong with having this version even today. You get a nice batch of scenarios with 3 different trains possible. One of them as a DLC, obviously, and the other one to finish the route. And there's nothing wrong with those scenarios either. So it's just more stuff we can play, more things to play with. And I have no issues having more things to play with. So, yeah, let's go ahead and play with this Class 465, do some training, and see what we can get into with this train. Good afternoon, driver. Today you will be learning to drive the Class 466. The following information will explain all you need to know for driving on the London-Faversham route. Feel free to read through this information at your own pace before starting your journey. Or in my case, skip everything. So we're just going to do that. But I brought the HUD up that it's going to be highlighting because it actually highlights everything on this HUD, like the task list over there on the left. And like the load-unload button right there in the middle. And it's going to now focus on the throttle and the brake. Or the reverser, sorry. Now we're going to talk about the signaling. While we do this, I'm going to move the reverser up and jump ahead of things here because I want to get things going. We're going to skip the AWS thing. Let's get the train. Come on. Yeah, we know. We're getting the train going. Thank you. Can I go? Will you let me go, please? Let me go, please. Thank you. We're on the go. Now, you might be wondering why I'm in a hurry. I already was going to fail the first task on my first go at this tutorial. So yeah, we're getting this train up to speed and we're getting it moving as quick as I can. We actually have a timetable on a tutorial, ladies and gentlemen. I don't remember seeing that before. It's actually hilarious. So your first task is to complete a timetable in tutorial mode. And if you want to read any of those message boxes I was flashing through quickly, just pause the video and you can read through the information on that. We've done it so many times on this channel now that it's just second nature to me. I don't even blink anymore when they come up. I just close them. But when we get to trains that I'm not familiar with, I will be reading tutorials. So if it's something we've done before, you're just gonna see me skip it. If it's something new, we're gonna read it. Just so you know how I operate. We're now in a 60, which is good to know now. Yes, we're awake. We're going to bring the brakes on here, and I'm going to... Yes, thank you. I'm going to go ahead and bring up the F3 head and take a chance here. So open the doors here at Faversham for our first stop. Now that you've picked up passengers at Faversham, you will need to call at Teynham and Sittingbourne. You will need to wait for another train to arrive before you can leave the station today. Thank you for the information. Notice that this train has the same habits as the 465 in the scenario we did yesterday. That one is, it's the same thing with the brakes being activated until the doors fully close. Once the doors are fully closed, you are able to move. So you have to sit and wait for it to happen. The junction just changed. We have our green signal. Let's get out of here. So leaving at a speed limit of 60 miles per hour as per usual for Faversham. Now, I believe the top speed of this train is probably also 75 miles per hour. We might get a chance to test that. Since it operates like the 465, I'm pretty sure that is going to be the case. And as I say that, I just got the bright idea that I should probably bring up the manual for it and check the specifications. And sure enough, it does confirm 75 miles per hour is the speed limit. Other specifications of this train, in case you are interested, it is a two-car DMSO and DTSOL, built in 1993 and 1994, 9 feet 3 inches in width. The height is 12 feet 4.5 inches, or 3.77 millimeters. It runs on a 750 volt DC third rail system. Output is 804 HP, 600 kilowatts, and the number of units that exist is 43 two-car units. 43 two-car units. There you go. That's a little bit of information about the 466. Of course, the manual was written at a point where the train was current on the line. I don't know if those trains still run on the line or not. What is our stop time for this station? We are doing okay for time. 9:04:17 is our due time at Teynham. Let's go ahead and put the throttle up to a higher limit because we can go up to 75, and we should go up to 75. We should enjoy all the speed this train has to offer. We shall do that. Hopefully we don't get any more red square or rectangular boxes on the F4 HUD that I have to change back to view for you. I always hate that, having those boxes show up. I have the F3 HUD up. Here, listen, box of empty air in your train cabin is where you're going to... Excuse me? So there's Teynham. We are getting up to 75. I'm going to go ahead and hit it just because why not? Oh, we're not going to be allowed to hit 75. Oh, that's gross. Come on. You're not allowing us to hit it. Okay, must have been on uphill. There's the 75. We got it. We got it. Let's bring it down now. No goofing off. Let's bring the speed down. We've had our fun for the day. Got the speed limit. Back to business. I came down a little too quickly there. Oops-a-diddly. We're good for time anyway. You don't want to be too early. Oh, I forgot to hit the brakes. So we're going to hit him now. Oh, the brakes actually seem to work better in this train than the 466. Those just peeled right off. No wonder I lost speed so quickly on the first one. Or maybe it's only because I have two cars. I don't know why I'm blowing the horn. Yeah, maybe because I only have two cars, that's why I'm losing speed much quicker. Yeah, remember a smaller train is going to get you down to speed a lot quicker. In fact, we probably want our stop way back further along the platform. We shouldn't be all the way up here at the 8-car stop. This is kind of silly. In any case, arrival at Teynham, platform number 1. Leaving Teynham. Our final stop of this tutorial will be at Sittingbourne. So yeah, it is before the turn off onto the Sheerness Branch from what it looks like. Just to show you the map of the area as we go up to Sittingbourne, that is the path to Sittingbourne, obviously, that we're on right now. And yeah, my memory was wrong. Sittingbourne is before the junction. There's nothing in the junction. And then, of course, you have the path onto the junction, which is right here. The line is set to go straight right now. It is going to stay that way because we're stopping at Sittingbourne. But if we were actually taking the branch, we would see the line extending to the branch, and we would continue on to the branch. I don't believe these trains... Actually, since there's a branch access both ways, maybe the trains do go on both sides, but I don't think you're going to see the 466 often taking the lower end of that Y. I don't think it happens. And I think I remember reading something that only one train can be active on the branch at a time, but if you have that train in a siding, then another train can take its place, just the other train wouldn't be able to leave that siding until the other train is gone, or something like that. So you can park some 466s on the branch and you can pick one for the day, but you can't drive them all because it's only a single line branch in many places. So our due time is about 2 minutes from now, 2.5 minutes. We have a little less than 2.5 miles to go. We're trying to get our speed. Actually, I should be at 100% throttle because our speed limit is 90. So we should be able to get there in plenty of time, I hope. We're now at 70, which is good enough for me. We almost made it to 75 again, but I want to slow down for the station stops, so we're going to go ahead and bring some speed off. .55 is, well, 56, I guess. Good for the moment. Didn't mean to put the throttle back on, but I did. Take a little more off. We're 0.3 of a mile away from the station, down to 50. Down to 30. This thing brakes nicely. But again, it's all 2-car units. I don't know if 4 ever run, but 2 definitely do run. And we don't have a stop car marker for a 2 car, so I think I'm just going to go for whatever the stop car marker in front of the station is for where we bring this thing to a stop. If we see a 3 or a 4, that'll be it. I have not seen a stop car marker. Well, this is disappointing. Ah, the 4. That'll do. We'll take it. An arrival at Sittingbourne. Let's look at our train. Not a common stopping location for a scenario, but it is our stopping location in this tutorial. So here we are at Sittingbourne, ending this service. You can see it's actually listed as the train destination as well, which again seems to automatically update with the location you're going to finish your service. I'm still surprised it went from Faversham to Gillingham on its own in the last scenario. I need to watch that in action and see that change. So some very good scripting there. In any case, congratulations, you have passed the Class 466 driver training, and now we get an achievement. Okay, that, I guess the 465 doesn't have achievements, but the 466 does. Well, you know. Anyways, we're going to stay in this video with another scenario, so stay tuned for the second scenario we're going to play today, the first of 2 career scenarios. Good morning, driver. Today you will be driving the 932 Sheerness-on-Sea to Sittingbourne service, and you will be calling at all stations to Sittingbourne. There are no expected delays today, and you should have a clear run, although the timings are fairly tight, so you will be expected to arrive on time. Oh no. Don't like that, but what can you do? I've already opened the doors. We're going to get our passengers picked up and boarded, and we will be on our way. So let's take another look at the train we are driving, the 466. More importantly, we're going to look at Sheerness-on-Sea, which is the area we're in right now. And is that a welcome board for shit? That's like freight cars. QD, Far Shore Logistics, Great Britain Zone, Wolfie Intermodal, and if we get to the back of the platform, which there's a platform over here on the right again, if we get to the back of the platform, you can see that we have the classic sign indicating that we are at a train station. Let's get in the train. Let's get ourselves set up and ready to go. Headlights are going to go on. I said headlights are going to go on. Thank you. And the first thing we're going to see as we leave is a series of sidings. I'll bring up the map very quickly to show you. Way back here, the Sheerness-on-Sea sidings over here, the steelworks sidings are over here as we leave the station, very close to us. So we are now on the move. This train operates just like the 466 in terms of holding for the doors to close before it will actually recognize the throttle. And as we pull forward from our exit of Sheerness-on-Sea, our first stop is Queenborough. Let's hop on top of the train, take a look at the steelworks as we go by. We're going to be coming up to the Queenborough glass factory as we get to as we start leaving Queenborough as well. So we're going to make sure we don't goof around too much looking around because it's easy to get interested. Hello. It's easy to get interested in exploring this map. That's a tree I'm stuck in. Jeez. Yeah, you can see the... Okay, I don't want trees here, guys. Please. Thank you. Alright, so there is the... Jeez. I'll tell you what, let's do this. That'll work. There's a steelworks over there, guys. I give up. Okay, some other time when you're driving. So we're up to the 30 miles per hour. There is the exit to the steelworks right there, by the way. And this is obviously a walking over the track section. Because they don't want you walking on the track itself. It's a third rail. It's electric. It'll kill you. Darn it. Don't walk on the track. Don't be a dum-dum. And vehicular traffic. So notice the train has gone down to or I should say the track has gone down to a single line track as we leave Sheerness-on-Sea. And the idyllic branch trying to say the idyllic branch proceeds in front of us. I was trying to say something about the branch being idyllic, but I did not let my thought finish orating itself. Oopsie deedly. Now this, I'm looking at today's map for the route. I think the steelworks actually closed, either is closed down or the tracks in many cases have ceased to exist. So a lot of those tracks you see back at the steelworks, I don't think they're there anymore. I think they're gone. There seems to be a road going around. That road that we saw with the cars on it, that road is still there. And we have a highway coming over our heads here, which is very interesting. If you're wondering, that highway, I believe the name of it is Brielle Way. I hope I'm saying that right, Brielle Way. Sounds like a girl's name, Brielle. So we have lots of time to make our stop. I'm going to take the train all the way to the end of the platform because we've been told the timings are tight, and I want to give us the most possible chance to make our stops as possible. So I'm going to move along towards the end of the platform in pretty much all cases here today. Which means we're going to just coast along here because I have the time. That is the station building on the platform to our right, platform number 2. And this will do. I don't want to go too far in case the doors don't open. So arrived at Queenborough, platform number 1. Leaving Queenborough, our next stop is Swale. Notice it only says Swale platform. It does not say a number. There is only one platform at Swale. That is what that means. We're going to watch our speed limits here because this timing looks like it is tight. We're actually looking to be 5 seconds late right now, so we're going to make sure we hit our speed limits here. There is the glass factory. We can now take our speed up to 35 miles per hour. The glass factory tracks as well, these tracks also appear to no longer exist today. So these tracks are all unique now to this map. They no longer exist. There is another track down here we're going to check in a moment as well, but it looks like it doesn't really do anything over there. So I wouldn't be surprised if that track is also lifted today. And looking down the map out of morbid curiosity, no, that track is actually still there. And there is an old track that used to go to Kemsley down. That track no longer exists. It used to go to Sittingbourne Viaduct. So there is a line between Kemsley Green and Sittingbourne Viaduct that is no longer connected to this route. I'm actually curious, and I'm going to look this up for the future to see if I can get some information on that, because I actually want to know what happened to that route now. There's clearly used to be a service there. Sittingbourne Viaduct is literally right north of Sittingbourne itself. I didn't even realize that Sittingbourne Viaduct was up there. So, you learn something every time you play. Got to bring the train down to 30. We were gaining time for a moment. This is looking like it's going to be a very, very difficult stop. Oh, and there is another road coming over us here, as you may have noticed. This road also, this is called Swale Crossing, but the highway is the B2231. It is the B2231. And it actually connects to the other road we mentioned, Brielle Way or whatever it was called. It actually connects to that road. So it comes along, meets that road, and there's another extension from that road on the other side that we didn't see. So this is the B2231 right here. Elegant bridges here. Now at 30 miles per hour, we can cover this half a mile in a decent amount of time. 30 seconds, basically. Close to a full minute, actually. So we might still be on time. Oh, rain. Let's, a clear blue sky and it's raining, ladies and gentlemen. And there's the clouds I was looking for. These are the clouds you were looking for. We're going to bring the train to a stop as fast as possible because I am running late now. We should still get credit for the timing here, so I'm okay with this. And this is arrival at Swale platform. Leaving Swale, our next stop is Kemsley, and we have to hurry this move because we have to be there in 2 minutes. So we're getting up to 30 as fast as we can safely. There we go. That's a small downhill gradient, it looks like, so I'm going to pull the brakes on for a moment to keep my speed honest. And now we can go up to 75. So we're going to go ahead and take advantage of this chance to go fast because we have to be 2 miles in 2 minutes. That is freaky. There is the other line that used to go off. This line does not... Whoa, didn't want to do that. This line does not appear to be anything today, but like I said, this used to connect to Kemsley, or the Swans... Well, the viaduct area over here. It used to connect to a couple other stations, what I'm trying to get at. So it used to connect to the Kemsley something. The Kemsley down, and it used to connect to Sittingbourne Viaduct, is what I'm trying to say. I called it the Kemsley Viaduct for some reason. I'm going to get shot for that. Any case, carrying on. We have a minute and some seconds to make our stop. We are at 60, so we are technically okay, but because the timing is for 44 seconds, I am understandably nervous about this one. We probably could have pulled off a little bit more speed there just to be safe. We're going to try to keep our speed just a little more on here until we get closer. We do know that the brakes work very well on this train, so I'm not too concerned about the brakes coming down. But because it is winter, I want to try and avoid a wheel slip scenario. So let's try a little brake. Yeah, like I said, that comes off very, very nicely. I'm going to go ahead and keep it here for a moment. There's some 20s. There's a 20 up ahead. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put the brakes on now. We need to get this train slowed down for our stop. That train might have been waiting for the single line. We need this stop done now. This is making me nervous. This is making me nervous. We're at the front end of the platform. I don't care. Get the doors open. Doors are open at Kemsley. Let's see if we're on time. I'll take it. Leaving Kemsley. Our next stop is Sittingbourne, stopping at platform number 3. This is coming in from the branch. Normally 1 and 2 are used by 465 services. 3 is used by the 466 on this branch. And the fact that we saw another train on the line waiting for us means that the line does not just operate one train only, like I thought. Because there are double tracks in place, clearly it will accept other trains. Sittingbourne 3, by the way, is a terminal platform. I didn't mention that. So you apparently, if you are on the Faversham, doing a service all the way from Faversham, you're going to have to connect from platform 2 to get to the track that would otherwise lead to terminal or platform 3, because 3 is terminal. If it weren't for this 20, I would say I'm doing okay for time right now, but knowing how tight those last 2 stops were, I am understandably nervous about this. Bit of an uphill gradient. I'm continuing on a 1 in 49 gradient at 25% throttle to make sure we don't lose too much speed. And it's not that the track itself is terminal. There's actually a siding beyond Sittingbourne 3 that would actually be where the terminus is. So the platform must be able to connect back to the main line. We're just not set to because this train is not going to Faversham. We're going to be getting a yellow at this point because we're supposed to be getting a red up ahead. We're also getting our speed limit warning now that we're already down at the speed limit. We're getting all sorts of warnings. Can we stop this? So there's our single yellow flashing. I don't know what the other warnings were for, because one of them had to be for the 20, a little bit late, but the third warning, I have no idea what that's for. Okay, we are on the main line now on the line to Faversham, but we are moving again into platform. Yeah, I can speed up. We can move again into platform number 3. I should note we have a 15 up ahead heading into Sittingbourne because we're going to junction over to platform 3. So yeah, it's not a line. It's not a separate line that ends at platform 3. It actually is a line that actually connects over from this. So I did not pay attention to that at Sittingbourne. Now we know. I should be using a little more speed up until the 15, please, and thank you. I need to be there now. This is not good. This is not good. Can I do this? I did not take advantage of my speed on this journey, so I'm a little concerned. I'm going to have to screech this thing to a halt at the very front of the platform, which is probably good because we want to start at this side when we start the next service anyway. Ooh, this is looking close, guys. I think I'm going to be okay. Right now we got to stop it. I think we're on time. Let's look at the train. We're in front of the signal. It counts. Oh, that is so tight to get these stops in on time. I was 1 second off, and I'm probably still going to be 1 or 2 seconds late. But we're going to find out when we get to the scoring screen. That's the only way to know how we did. If I am 1 or 2 seconds off, I can just go ahead and finish that myself. I did put a save at Swale, and I should have saved again at the next station, but I sincerely thought I was going to be late at that station. But either way, we can go ahead and I can go ahead and I can fix that if I'm not at 1,000 points. That's okay. You've completed the scenario and have given plenty of time for passengers to carry on towards Faversham today. Why is Faversham not capitalized? With the next service arriving in a couple of minutes. Are we not the next service? Let's go. There's somebody over there. I had the wrong screenshot for this one, guys. Sorry. Let's look at our scoring screen. Hey, we got it. I thought I was going to be late. So I unlocked Class 466 Senior Driver, which I assume happens after you complete one of these scenarios. I don't know. I got it after completing this scenario, and I am genuinely curious now, and I want to find out what the reason for that is. So I'll see. If I remember, I'll tell you on the next scenario. I'm not playing it on this session, but if I remember, I'll tell you what Senior Driver is on the next scenario, which I do have to still play. And I don't know how my recording setup is set up, and I don't want to show you my overlays. So I'm going to just look at that next time, and I'll let you know what I'm finding on that. It looks like one of my friends also has 1,000 points on this scenario, which is quite a challenge given how hard the timings are on this. But yeah, it tells you it is possible, and 2 of us have done it now. So there you go. You can do this as well. Can you make the timings better than I can? Please do it. I would love to have even better timings possible on that. I didn't go at full speed in any of those sections, so I did make it understandably tougher on myself for that reason. If I had not slowed down too quickly on that last stretch, I would not be sweating on that last stop. But because I slowed down too quickly on that last stretch, I was understandably concerned I was going to be late. So that was close. That was very, very close, but we did it. And Morning Snow Run, which is our first of the 2 career scenarios, is complete. We do have one more scenario which I will introduce next time, and I will play for you next time. Make sure you stay tuned for that. But there you go. By doing those 2 scenarios, the training and then this scenario, in some weird workaround fashion, we saw the entire Faversham to Sheerness-on-Sea route today. So there you go. In one video, you got to see the whole route of the Sheerness Branch from Faversham. Not bad. Make sure you tune in next time. I'm Cyclone. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, of course. And I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful day, evening, or night, whatever it is for your part of the world. I'll see you for that last scenario next time. That'll be on Tuesday. Bye-bye.